I'm Prafnil from Nekota and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Stanley Girdler and I'm from Australia, but I'm part Fijian from Watraki, and I love listening to Today FM rocks.
For the best music and less talk, we tune into Today FM in Nasilai Village. Today FM rocks.
My name is Inaya Ali and I'm from Ba, and I love the big breakfast on Today FM. I just love it and hope you love it too.
My name is Jay from La Paz. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Naushin and I'm from Sambeto, and I love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and this is FBC News. Tonight, Civil Service Minister disbands Education Disciplinary Board. Small medium businesses to have a shot at the stock exchange, and fuel standards to be improved. The Disciplinary Services Board within the Ministry of Education has been disbanded. Minister for Civil Service Ayaz Said Qayyum has issued the directive to the Permanent Secretary for Education to immediately cease the functions of the board. Pranita Prakash with more details.
The decision to disband the discipline and the Fijian Teachers Association.
The Ministry of Education had instituted or put in place a Disciplinary Services Board. And we have informed the Permanent Secretary and also, of course, subsequently the trade union organizations today that the Disciplinary Services Board has got no legal standing.
The Constitution and the Public Service Disciplinary Tribunal already exist for such matters.
The Permanent Secretary, of course, can institute disciplinary proceedings. They make a case. If they believe that there is some substance to it, they then refer the matter to the Disciplinary Services Tribunal. And then the Disciplinary Services Tribunal gives a ruling.
Fiji Teachers Union General Secretary Agnidev Singh has welcomed the decision, saying the board had dished out harsh punishments, including termination, demotion and final warnings.
We had been making submissions to the ministry orally and in writing that it was not constituted in the right manner and that we could see that the ministry was acting as the judge, jury and executioner.
The Attorney General says Chief Justice Anthony Gates has appointed 3 members of the Public Service Disciplinary Tribunal as of yesterday, which includes a High Court judge and 2 magistrates. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
Talks are currently underway between South Pacific Stock Exchange and the Reserve Bank of Fiji to have a second-tier trading board, which will involve small and medium enterprises. This was confirmed to FBC News by SPSE Chief Executive Officer Latile Tengoro. Ali Kimbia has more.
For the first time ever, small and medium enterprises could see themselves listed in the stock market by end of next year.
Once we can confirm the regulatory environment plus the level of interest, then we have no issues moving in that direction. Because at the end of the day, it is a national agenda for government in terms of access to finance. That's where we can add value.
The current listing in the stock exchange only involves large businesses. Ngoro says there needs to be interest in second-tier trading in order for the SPSE to proceed.
There's no use putting out a platform and no one is going to buy in. So, which now is the central body.
Minister for Economy Ayaz Said Qayyum says it is critical to include SMEs in the stock market.
At the moment, the thinking is that you only have to be, a big, large company with zillions of dollars passing through your balance sheet. Only then you can list. But other countries have very successfully done with small to medium enterprises that can be listed, and of course, eventually, they can become big too.
Syed Qayyum has also encouraged companies to go public and enjoy certain tax incentives. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
The Ministry of Industry and Trade is working towards improving fuel standards in the country. Speaking at the 10th anniversary of Total Fiji last night, Minister for Industry and Trade Faiaz Koya says the government will continue to explore a more stable method of fuel importation. Koya says sustainability is vital in the fuel industry.
Conservation and management of our natural resources are paramount for the survival and sustainable development of the energy industry in Fiji. In line with this, my ministry is working towards improving fuel standards.
Students of Ratunalukuya Primary School in Saunaka village outside Nandi town will soon have 3 extra classrooms. The government has granted $40,000 for the project. Ellen Stolz has the story.
The school currently has 4 teachers and 94 students from year 1 to 6. And school principal Senimili Vosawale says the government's assistance is timely.
We're very fortunate with the assistance from the government, and we're so thankful with the government of the day for assisting us.
When completed, the school will also be able to cater for year 7 students.
Yes, it will have a very good impact. Instead of students walking from the village right to the main road, we have this school here, right next door at their doorstep. So students will not have to pay bus fares. They will just have to walk from their homes to the school.
Headmen from the different Matangalis around Saunaka village were present at the groundbreaking ceremony this morning. Ellen Stolz, FBC News.
Daylight saving starts tomorrow. Minister for Employment, Productivity and Industrial Relations, Choni Usumate, says all Fijians are to switch their clock 1 hour forward at 2 a.m. People are advised to make the change before going to bed at night. Daylight savings will end on January 15th next year. Coming up on FBC News, Hilton Foundation raises funds through wheelbarrow race. And US presidential race heats up. Stay with us.
Iyo mbula bina tango epeli untuk taliten na parang mbula FM na bu.
Nambon tuan tinangan mbula FM no sur. Mbula FM nambon tuan ser.
Mbula sia buni ba ulambasa na ko bila merikibi mbula FM nambon tuan ser talita itu ngai lepas.
Mbula FM nambon 2 en ser.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. The inaugural Frank Hilton Amazing Wheelbarrow Race has been hailed a success with 14 teams competing. The race is a fun way to raise awareness on the Frank Hilton organisation and to raise funds. Pranita Prakash reports.
More than $75,000 has been collected from this wheelbarrow race to help children with disabilities.
We have an annual expense bill of about $500,000, so this event gets us about 80,000. So we still got a fair amount of way to go to raise money, and that's normally done through the private sector. So those are the challenges we keep on finding year on.
Blue Scope Resort won the race, and one thing which motivated them was to inspire people living with disabilities.
For the people that can't run and jump and play the way that we can, for them to be able to have the feeling of having sore legs and sore arms from running and jumping and playing so much was something we had in our mind. So when we started to get that feeling of sore limbs, think about doing this for the people that can't do it for themselves, you know, and keep running. And the guys did that very well. We'll be back next year to try and defend the title.
In order to participate in the race, teams had to pay a registration fee of $5,000, and some teams also raised funds through a walkathon. This race is expected to become an annual event. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
Issues over content in Fiji Broadcasting Corporation's Wase Basha program have been politicised, says FBC Chief Executive Riaz Said Qayyum. Rachel Nath reports the company believes it has taken appropriate action and it's time to move on.
Content used by Wase Basha's host and producer Nemani Bainiti Riaz Said Qayyum says he is not surprised that the matter has been picked up by political parties and commentators.
We are, after all, the national broadcaster, and we were expecting, the usual suspects to spin this into a political issue, and true to form, they have made it into a political issue.
Said Qayyum also responded to calls for his resignation by Social Democratic Liberal Party leader Rotemu Mukapa.
I believe there were certain members of parliament in her party that had made some comments that were seen as irresponsible. Did she resign as leader? Because she is, after all, responsible for the party and the people in the party.
The CEO says nation building and multiracialism has always been at the heart of the company and will continue to be so. Rachel Nath, FBC News.
Amateur dancers around Suva lined up at the Fiji Broadcasting Corporation doors to showcase their talents today. Today FM, in partnership with Nescafe Make Your Move, hosted dance editions. The competition will be narrowed down to 12 semi-finalists who will then compete for the top 6 slots to move into the finals at Albert Park on December 3rd. For those who participated in the auditions today, results for the finalists will be out on Thursday.
It's our way of looking for raw talent. So we're trying to get young people to take part in this and showcase their dancing talent. Like I said, it's only for those who are not professional dancers.
Turning to world news, United States authorities are ramping up security in New York after unspecified threats from Al-Qaeda ahead of Wednesday's elections. This as the two candidates, Democratic Hillary Clinton and Republican Donald Trump, continue campaigning. Up ahead in sports, Fijiana proved to be too strong for PNG. And the latest from the Vodafone Premier League. This and more coming up.
Yandra! I love listening to Gold FM at Golden Point Resort. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hola, my name is General from Bakri Village. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic.
I'm Moses from Valeu. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Marida Manako. I'm from Kandavu. I like listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Tilipa from Tavor Town. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Welcome back. This is FBC Sports. The Fijiana 15 side has qualified for the Asian qualifiers for the Women's Rugby World Cup. The Seremayan Bai coach side beat PNG 37-10 in Suva today to book a spot in the Asian qualifiers. Fiji scored 2 tries to 1 to lead 13-5 at the break. The Fijians added another 4 tries in the second spell. The World Cup will be held in Dublin, Ireland in May next year. Suva Eagles will play the Nadi Aviators in the final of the Vodafone Interzone Rugby League competition. In the semi-finals today, Suva Eagles beat Nasinu Titans 35-22 at Nadi's Prince Charles Park, after which Ra Roosters went down to Nadi Aviators 15-22. The final will be played next weekend. The Rewa football team is now second on the Vodafone Premier League points table after defeating Driketi 2-1 at Subrel Park in Lambasa this afternoon. Eleanor Tarangaiviu reports the Delta Tigers are gunning for another win tomorrow to increase their point standings.
Underdogs and Driketi gave Rewa a good game this afternoon, holding the Delta Tigers at 0-0 in the first half of the game. In the second half, Rewa's Chosateki Tamundu scored a goal in the 50th minute of the game. Driketi's Ashnil Raju equalized with the goal 15 minutes later, and just minutes before the game finished, Rewa's Amani Makoi scored their second goal.
The motive is for us to focus on the game tomorrow, because it really pushed us in terms of the final standing to second, and that will be a great position to be in before we go into the final round of the competition.
Rewa now has 22 points, and with this loss, Driketi remains with 8 points. Each team has 3 games remaining in the Vodafone Premier League.
We'll keep working hard, and maybe perhaps in the remaining 3 games we can overcome this. As you know, all our boys are still young, and most of them are just amateur players, and they will take time to settle. And yes, we are very serious about getting some more points to ensure our survival in the Super Premier.
Driketi plays Suva tomorrow, while Rewa plays Lambasa. Eleanor Turangaiviu, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, in another match, the Lambasa and Suva football teams played to a 1-1. Ilisoni Lolaivalu had put the home side ahead, but upcoming striker Sairusi Nalaumbu cancelled the lead to earn a crucial point for the Whites. Lambasa and Suva are tied on 4th spot with 17 points each. The Rewa football side thumped Lami 10-0 in the Vodafone Women's Senior League competition today. Lami played the match with 8 players as only a handful of number of them turned up for today's match. In other matches played today, Navu beat Suva 3-1, while Nasino and Tailevu Naitasiri played to a 1-1 draw. And in the Lone Hyundai A-League match played last night, Brisbane Roar edged Melbourne City 1-0. In another match today, Sydney FC will host Melbourne Victory, and you can catch the delayed coverage of the match on FBC TV at 11:15 p.m. More than 180 athletes attended today's Super Marathon Challenge. While the aim of the competition is to promote healthy living, an increase in the number of corporate bodies is also encouraging.
After a tough week in office, many of us tend to make full use of Saturday morning. These healthy living promoters were up and out early, ready for a good run.
It's been good. This is part of our ongoing program of organizing a run for the community.
The Flour Mills of Fiji fielded 3 teams in today's run, and the Chief Financial Officer Ram Bajikal says events like these actually help promote productivity.
It's just about keeping the mind healthy, keeping the body healthy, because a healthy body and a healthy mind is what you need. There's no point, lying in bed somewhere with a vegetative state, Keep fit, keeps running.
Suva Marathon Vice President Sandeep Narayan shared the same sentiments.
Like FMF and a few other corporates who have been supporting us, they have staff, who turn up in numbers, who probably would not have been running before, but just because they're part of a team, they do it. So we want more corporates to take part in these events.
Avikash Lal won the half marathon, while Katie Doring won the female category. Rohit Dev, FBC Sports.
The Australians have not lost to Wales in 8 years and will be looking to continue the trend when the 2 teams meet in Cardiff tomorrow. The match starts at 3:30 a.m. tomorrow, and you can watch it live on FBC TV. Isolated showers and thunderstorms affected the group today. A trough of low pressure lies slow moving over Rotuma and extends southeastwards over Samoa and southern Cooks. Looking at the temperatures, it was a warm, humid day over the group as all major centres hit the 30s, by Mombasa a high of 33 degrees. Tomorrow's forecast is for cloudy conditions in the morning, developing into showers and thunderstorms later in the day. And the further outlook is occasional showers over most places, isolated thunderstorms and heavy falls likely. Easterly winds 10 to 15 knots, moderate seas, moderate southerly swells, poor visibility in areas of showers and thunderstorms. Recapping the stories for tonight, Minister for Civil Service Ayaz Said Qayyum has disbanded the Education Ministry's Disciplinary Services Board. Small and micro enterprises to be considered for second-tier listing on the stock exchange, and government looking at ways to improve fuel standards for Fiji. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. On to our poll question this week, we are asking, is Gareth Baber the right choice for Sevens coach? To answer, visit our FBC website. Remember to send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag for reminder to switch your FBC News. I'm Jackie Spate. Good night.
It's me Simsta here right from the Reykjavik town और सुबह ब्रेकफास्ट शो में मैं सुनता हूँ जब ब्रेकफास्ट शो में रहता है आशनील और संगीता के साथ कैसे के साथ सुनते सुनते 11 से 2 भाभी दी का शो जितेन शामिल you know something Reykjavik मिर्ची FM is hot.
मैं हूँ श्वेता दुर्गुशा नर्सरी से लोग देखते हैं ईद का चांद लेकिन मेरा चांद तो मिर्ची FM है
हमारा नाम जाबिर है हम कोर्निविया नसोरी में रहता है मिर्ची एफएम हम सब टाइम सुनता है मिर्ची एफएम बहुत जुलूम है मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट
मिर्ची FM it's hot